You need to get used to being alone. No, for real, you need to get used to being alone because your fear of loneliness could be stopping you from getting your desires in life. Okay, so yeah, this is my first YouTube video. Okay, and I don't know how my camera looks right now, so kind of just winging it. This is the thing about being alone. Being alone can be hurtful. It can be very uncomfortable, but uncomfortability, you need to get used to being alone because your fear of loneliness could be why you're not getting your desires in life. Here's the thing about being alone. When you're alone, you start hearing the things that you couldn't hear before. You start listening to what your thoughts say, and you're like, okay, so why am I having these thoughts? What are they there for, right? And being alone can be very painful. I know it better than anyone. I know that being alone can be very painful, especially if you grew up in a household where you were always around people, or you've been around people for years and you're not used to it anymore. People want peace, but then when they actually get peace, it's hard for them. It's loud. The silence can be really loud, but that's a good thing. Because when you finally sit and sit in your presence, you can look around you and you can see what you've been missing the entire time. If you're alone, you get to see these things that you could not see before in order to change them. If you want to change them. Most of you, I feel like if you clicked on this video, you want to change. There's something that's not shaking with you anymore. Your life does not resonate with you anymore, or you don't want to resonate with it anymore because you have been trying to get to this certain thing in your life that seems to never come. But here's the thing. Do you always hang out with those certain friends that maybe you don't even like them? Maybe they don't even do things that you want to do with your life, truly, but you hang out with them because you're scared to be alone. You're scared to be lonely. Trust me, I've been there. Being alone can be nice. Being alone can be very relaxing. But when you get past that relaxation period, it can be very daunting. It can be very depressing. There's been many nights that I sat in my room and just cried because I had no one to talk to about my problems. I had no one to speak to. I had no one there for me. And that's why I decided to make these YouTube videos, because I want to be here for you. I want to be someone who can be there for you. If you start practicing being alone on a spiritual level, it can be very melancholy. It can be melancholy, and it can also be peaceful. It can be nice, and it can also be horrible. But that's the thing about change and shifting, having a spiritual shift, is that it's ugly. Rebirth is ugly. Think about how it is to birth a child. It's not very pretty, but it's a beautiful process. The process itself is beautiful, and it can be ugly, it can be pretty, it can be so many different things, and the outcome is also beautiful. But also, with that being said, sometimes the outcome is not what you want. Some people go years and years trying to have a child, and then they get that child, and then they find out they never wanted to be a parent. So you have to be alone to really understand what you want out of life and why you want these things. Like for me, I want to travel. Why do I want to travel so bad? I like to learn things. I like to learn new things. I like to talk to people. I like to do different stuff, and I like to see the world around me. So traveling is not just because the luck's about it. That's not the only reason why I want to do it. It's because I really, really love to learn, and I really love to see new things in life. Here's a question that you need to ask yourself. Your friends in your life, do they actually fulfill you? When you leave from hanging out with your friends or your loved ones or your significant other, do you feel drained or do you feel fulfilled? Do you feel excitement and happiness, or do you feel depression and draining, or just like, sometimes you cannot put a word to things. Sometimes you have to understand what you're feeling. And that's why being alone is so useful in that regard. The more alone you are, the more you'll start seeing how it is with yourself. You'll start looking within, and you'll start seeing how your body reacts to things and how your mind reacts to things. And then when you go out in the world, you'll be able to handle it accordingly. There's a song I've been listening to, and there's a specific lyric that I feel like resonates with this very well, and I love it so much, and it's by Thundercat. It's, you gotta know the lines to know where to draw them. You gotta know the lines to know just where to draw them. So I really love that lyric, and I've noticed that, like, I get a lot of messages and I get a lot of messages from the universe through music. I have noticed that. And that's another thing, is that you will start seeing the messages that the universe has been telling you. Sometimes it's not that the universe hasn't been talking to you. Maybe it's that you haven't been listening. You keep attracting the same type of people, right? You keep attracting the same boyfriends, the same girlfriends, you keep attracting the same significant others, you keep attracting the same friends, you keep attracting the same motherly figures, fatherly figures, you keep attracting the same jobs, you keep attracting the same situations in your life. Why? Why do you keep attracting those? Do you not know why? Is it because maybe you need to sit with yourself and understand why? Maybe it's time to be alone, and truly alone. I'm not talking about being home and watching your favorite TV show, which these things are very nice. Those are fun, wonderful things to do, but they also distract you as well. You need to sit with yourself, and I mean really, really sit with yourself. You need to have a day or a few hours or even a few minutes to yourself. No phone, no TV, not even music, for just a little bit. See how it is, and then build your way up. For me, I've been practicing this new thing where in the morning, I don't get on my phone, and at night, I don't get on my phone as well. The first hour, I don't get on my phone, and the last hour, I don't get on my phone, because the first and last hour is the main time in your day where your brain is processing information. So if that's something you would like to practice, try to do that instead of just taking a whole, detox from social media or the internet or whatever. But that's the thing, is that I started with that, and then I gradually made my way more towards, okay, today I'm not even going to get on my phone at all. I'm taking a phone detox, an electronic detox. I'm not doing anything today except maybe reading or painting or whatever. Do you have other hobbies? Do you even have any other hobbies besides scrolling every single day on your phone? Do you have other hobbies besides going out and drinking with your friends? Do you? And if you don't, it's okay. But you know what? Being alone could teach you something about yourself. It could teach you what you like to do. You could learn about yourself and learn to love yourself. When you're alone, you start to listen to yourself. When you sit with yourself, and I mean really sit with yourself, you start to listen to yourself more. Situations in your life start to come back and play out in your head. And you see it and you're like, okay, why did I do those things? And not in a way of like diminishing yourself or beating yourself up. It's more like curiously asking yourself, why did you do these things? What made you react in that sort of manner? And how did that mold and shape other people into treating you the way that they are? Because people treat you the way that you allow them to. I'm going to say it again. People treat you the way you allow them to. If you did not allow it, they would not treat you that way. And if they said, well, I'm still going to treat you that way, or they still treat you that way, you know what? You can literally just drop them. You can drop them. That's it. That's all. Your life is yours. Your life is yours. Stop feeling guilty about wanting more for yourself. Stop feeling guilty about dropping people when they treat you like crap. Stop feeling guilty about the things you want out of life. If you are not hurting anyone else or yourself, then what harm is it doing? What harm is it doing to have those dreams? What harm is it doing to want those things? There's no harm in it. Stop letting people tell you that it is. Stop letting people tell you that there's not a dream guy like that. There's no men like that. Stop letting people tell you you're never going to make this amount of money because it's not feasible. Stop letting people tell you you're not going to have that body because it's not your body type, genetics, whatever. Stop letting people tell you these things. And think about, how do you think? How do you think? When you have a desire, when you look at something and you want it, what does your mind tell you? And if it tells you I can't have this, you need to dig deep and see why you feel that way. Why you came to these limiting beliefs in your life. Because there was a reason. Because everybody as a child starts out with this sense of wonder and that they can do whatever they want with their lives. That's why they call it childlike wonder and childlike imagination. Like, everybody can do whatever they want. You can do whatever you want. Literally, we have free will. And if you are thinking in your head, why did I do those things, in a guilty way? Guilt is not a bad thing. It's okay. It's okay to feel guilty. It's okay to feel guilty. It's just you need to understand why you feel guilty. Why do you feel guilty about these things? Is it because you did something wrong? Is it because it is your fault? Or is it because your father made you feel like it's your fault? Is it because an ex made you feel like it's your fault? Why? Why do you feel guilty? These are the things that you'll start asking yourself the more alone you are. And I feel like anybody can practice isolation at least one point in their lives. Okay? Don't let your zodiac sign stop you from, or astrology stop you from something that could be really beneficial to you. Because it may correlate very well with your astrological horoscope, and you don't even know it. So stop being like, oh, well, I'm this, so I can't practice isolation because That is limiting beliefs. That is called an excuse. That is the same way as, oh, I can't have that dream body because I work all the time, so I don't have time for I don't have time to work out, or I have to eat the food at work. No, you don't. Because you know that you don't have to. Because don't you come home every day and watch that favorite show that you do? Okay. Work out and watch it. Work out and watch it. You don't even have to stop watching it. You can literally exercise and watch the show instead of eating popcorn or chips with it. You could exercise, but you could stretch while you watch the show. Society teaches us that we shouldn't ask why. That has been the theme of this video I've seen. Why? And not in a way of, why? More in a way of, no, really, why? Like, curiosity. Yeah, and that makes me think of the saying, curiosity killed the cat, and it literally did. When you start asking why and you start getting curious about things, your old self dies. Like, you start dying. And your old beliefs start dying. Your old ways start dying. And you start thinking in different ways. Instead of being like, oh, no, I can't think this way. No, I gotta do this. No, just sit and say why. If you think, oh my gosh, I'm so ugly, like, don't be like, oh, no, I need to stop saying these things to myself, Say, why do I feel ugly? Why do I feel this way? Yes. Society teaches us that we shouldn't ask why, and that things that work are planned for us. But those things only exist because somebody else asked why. Look at history. Because someone else asked why. Someone else was curious. Someone else wondered. That's why we know about the stars and the planets. That's why we know that the sun goes around the world at a certain time of the day and comes back. And that's why we have daylight and dark. This is why we know these things, because we asked why. No, literally. It's true. So true. It's so true, and this is coming from me, but this is not coming from me. This is coming from the universe. Like, this is what, start listening to the universe, and you would not believe the things that it could tell you until you do believe it. Your feelings are valid. Feel them. Feel your feelings. If you want to cry about something that happened to you 5 years ago, fucking feel them, because it's gonna come up. The reason it probably came up 5 years later is because you've been repressing it for so long. The reason you feel numb about something is probably because you've been repressing it. And that's okay too. Just sit. Sit. Sit down. Sit with yourself. Feel whatever you're feeling. Beautiful things can happen when you do these things. Stop trying to compartmentalize everything. I'm so guilty of this. I'm so guilty of trying to compartmentalize everything and put everything in. Okay, so this is why I feel this way. Okay, you're not always going to have the answer. It's good to ask why. It's good to ask these things, but you're not always going to get the answer right away. But one day you might. You may never. But that's the beautiful thing about life. But if you sit there and you're like, okay, I feel this way because of this, or I feel depressed because, because I didn't eat enough yesterday, or that might be why. But instead, just go eat something. You know? Instead, just go eat something. And be like, I probably do feel like that. That's okay. I'm hungry. Let's go eat. Okay? And look, it's okay to eat healthy. We can eat healthy. But if you want something to eat, you want some french fries, you want something, eat it. It'll be okay. Because when you create this resistance with eating unhealthy sometimes, you make a negative connotation with eating healthy. Just start adding healthy things into it. Now we're getting on a different topic. I have learned from practicing isolation that sometimes sometimes this is when we come up with amazing ideas. Some of the best artists in the world made some of the most amazing paintings because of the pain that they went through. Van Gogh, look at him. I love Van Gogh. And you know what? Van Gogh died thinking he was a failure. Van Gogh died thinking he was a failure. Let that sink in. Okay? Let that sink in. And cry. It doesn't make you weak. It makes you emotionally intelligent. Cry about it. Let it out, dude. Let it out. If you don't believe me on that, okay, and you're alone. You're safe to cry because nobody's around. You can complain, you can get angry, you can cry, you're alone. You can do these things. Stop letting people pump your head with these fallacies of you should be humble. You should be humble. No. If you don't like the way something is, there is a reason. Okay? Even if it's not a good one, there is a reason for everything. There's a reason why you feel this way. If you don't like the way your hair is, because you cut it, the hairstylist cut it, or you cut it on your own and it looks like crap now to you, there's a reason. It's because you don't like your hair. It's because either it's uneven or it may not match your face or whatever, or might not make you feel confident. Everybody else could like it and you don't. And that's what matters, is that if you like it or not. You should be humble. You could have it worse. You should be grateful. These things are true, but at the same time, you cannot sit there and lie to yourself about, oh, I should be grateful, so I'm going to be grateful. In order to practice gratitude, you have to get to the point, like, you have to see that. You can't just sit there and lie to yourself, okay? You can't just be like, oh, well, somebody else has it worse than me, so I should be like this. Okay, that is true. But this is your life, okay? So, if you don't like it, you can change it. If you don't like it, you can say you don't like it. But you can't sit there and say you don't like it forever, and you can't just hate your life forever, okay? You have to put in the work. But the first step is awareness. The first step is self-awareness and being aware of what you don't like and what you do like as well. This is your life. This is your life. Knowing how you feel and what your desires are, you can know where your life stands in that moment and where you want it to be. If it gets too lonely, don't get desperate. Please take advice from me. I have made some of the worst mistakes, or not even just the worst mistakes, but I fall back into that behavior that I'm trying to get away from because I got so desperate for human connection, and I was sabotaging myself because of it. Don't get desperate. If you start to feel yourself getting to go back to those old friends because you're sad or you're lonely, do something that doesn't make you feel so alone. Watch a movie that you love, or I'll live stream. Like, I will literally get on TikTok live and live stream and talk to people, and it helps. It really does. Watching self-help videos really helps. Learning a new skill, something that will literally take your mind off of it until you can get used to being alone, do it. Writing, journal your thoughts out. Journal your thoughts out. If you start feeling desperate again, write down how you feel. Journal. Watch that favorite show you like. Watch that movie you like. Work out. Learn something new. Start learning a new skill or a new language. Don't fall back into the same patterns, okay? Don't do it. You don't want to do it because you're going to keep going. It's the hamster wheel effect. You're going to keep cycling. It's going to happen until you fall out, till you either get tired of it or until you die. That's how it works. I've seen it. I've seen it happen before. With my own family, I've seen it happen. When you journal, it does not have to make sense. You can journal anything you want to fucking journal in your anything. Write down whatever you want to do. Write down how your day went. Write down what you're thinking, or write down whatever you want to write down. And if you don't like to journal or you can't think of something to write down, maybe try drawing. Draw like a little flower or a mushroom or a star or something. Really get into it, and you'll start feeling like an energy start releasing into something that is honestly very wonderful. Like, you'll feel an energy release. You really will. That's why I love art so much. Art is such a great thing to get into. Dance. That's also an energy release. Sing. Even if you feel like you're not a good singer. Stop worrying about if you're good at it or not. Okay? You don't have to be good at something in order to do it for fun or as a hobby. Just freaking do it. Just have fun with it. If it gives you that energy release, that dopamine release, do it, because that's why you get on your phone, because it's an easy dopamine release. Clean your house. Do something. Do something that is not going back to the bar with your friends, or going and talking crap about people with those friends, or going back to that ex that's cheated on you or abused you, or talking to that family member that is always toxic around you, or whatever. If you really want the life you want, you need to start getting serious about this. It's not going to be comfortable. And it's not going to be fun. Some of it's fun. Not for real. Some of it's fun. But it's not going to be easy. Nothing in life is ever easy. And if it was, we wouldn't appreciate these things or want them. You could paint as well. I like to paint a lot. Even if it doesn't make sense. Even if the painting doesn't make sense. Even if the drawing doesn't make sense. Even if the journaling doesn't make sense. Even if the dancing looks crazy. Even if the singing sounds awful. Even if the movie's a freaking movie that you watched as a child, but it just brings you joy. Do those things, because that's what you're doing. You're healing your inner child. Some of the most amazing things were created in this type of energy. Take solace in the fact that you are working on yourself. So you're not alone. You're not alone. I'm here for you as well. I am. You want to comment? That's another thing you can do. Comment down below how you feel. We can talk. We can be friends. Like, it's okay. Everything's going to be okay. But if you really want that life that you've been desiring for so long, you're going to have to do the hard things first. All based on my own personal experience as well. Being alone is so hard. But if you really want that life that you desire, you will learn to master it. Sometimes life is lonely, especially for people that you look up to and have the desired life. Most millionaires are lonely. And honestly, being around people is so overrated. It really is. Because at the end of the day, you were born with yourself and you are going to die with yourself. You have to start being comfortable around yourself. You need to start being comfortable with who you are and being happy to be around just yourself. And in order to do that, you have to get uncomfortable first. You have to get uncomfortable to get comfortable. Made it this far in the video. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you liked this. This was my first video and I was really called to do this. Like, I've been thinking on this energy for a good while now, and today I got an affirmation for it. Today I was affirmed to do this. Subscribe if you like my advice, and if you have any good advice that you want to put in the comments below, please do so. I love advice. I love to learn new things. I will see you later, and I love you. You're not alone, but you need to learn how to be alone. You can comment down below and I will reply. We can talk to each other. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.